I'm about to yap about Teen Titans Go for 2 hours by compiling my best videos so that you can fall asleep to. Or keep it running while your brain melts. I'm not judging. From one-time characters to the weirdest Titan facts you didn't ask for, here's what happened to every one-time Titans character. There are over 100 characters who have only appeared once in Teen Titans Go. And today we're going over what happened to the 8 most forgotten ones. Starting with Polly and Terra, who made their one and only appearance in the episode Polly and Terra. The Teen Titans are having a fun beach day when they notice a big problem. The ocean is completely full of trash. Robin gets really annoyed by all the garbage floating around, so the Titans start picking up trash from the water. But even after working super hard, they barely make a dent because there's just way too much trash everywhere. That's when Beast Boy finds a plastic bottle with Pete written on it, and the Titans think that some guy named Pete is responsible for all this mess. While they're searching for this mystery polluter, they meet Polly and Terra, two magical talking water bottles who aren't just regular trash. These bottles are special recyclable plastic that can be turned into almost anything you can imagine. But then Polly and Terra drop some seriously depressing news. Only 9 out of every 100 pieces of plastic ever gets recycled, and the rest just ends up floating in the ocean as a massive pile called a Great Garbage Patch. After an epic battle with Major MBS and his contaminator robot, they turned all the garbage into useful stuff like park benches and playground equipment.
Dude, those water bottles are talking to you.
Oh, we're not just simple water bottles. We're also magical molecules.
What?
But ever since this episode, Polly and Terra were never seen again, even though the environmental message was super important. But what happened to the Bizarro Titans from the episode Robin Backwards, where we see the opposite versions of all the Teen Titans? The Titans find Nobor rescuing people from nothing by throwing them out of the buildings, and Robin explained that Nobor is from Bizarro World, where everyone is the opposite of someone from their world. We meet Navarre, who's the opposite of Raven, Aerofrats with Starfire Grobig, Bizarro Cyborg, and Boy Beast, who's actually a green dog instead of a green human like Beast Boy. Nabor speaks in the opposite language where everything means the reverse. When he says he hates something, he actually loves it. The reason Nabor came to this world is because the Bizarro Titans kicked him out for being a great leader, which in Bizarro World means he was actually terrible at leading.
What are you doing here, Nybor? Bizarro Titans say me do a great job as leader and they kick me out. So now Nybor protect Jump City. Oh no, dog be held hostage. Maybe we should take him back to the tower until we figure out what to do with him.
Robin brings Nabor to the tower where he starts doing everything opposite. When Robin tries to clean up, Nabor messes everything up. When it's time to eat vegetables, Nabor brings out huge stacks of meat. And when it's bedtime, they party all night long. The other Titans actually love Nabor backwards leadership style and want him as their new leader, which makes Robin super nervous. Eventually, Robin goes to Bizarro World through the elevator where everything's upside down with a red sky, and he becomes leader of the Bizarro Titans, who actually want structure and rules.
I don't know why I didn't come here years ago. You guys are everything I ever wanted in a team.
Both teams fight over their Robins until Nabor realizes his backwards friends really care about him and goes back to Bizarro World. But ever since this episode, none of these Bizarro Titans were ever seen again, even though watching the Titans interact with their exact opposites was pretty entertaining. But did you know that the Powerpuff Girls also made an appearance in Teen Titans Go? In the episode TTG versus PPG, we get one of the most epic crossovers in cartoon history. In Townsville, an evil monkey named Mojo Jojo, who wears a big brain helmet, is building robot battle monkeys to attack the city. But 3 superhero girls called the Powerpuff Girls, Blossom the smart leader with pink eyes, Bubbles the sweet blonde with blue eyes, and Buttercup the tough green-eyed fighter, stop him by unplugging all his monkey robots. Mojo Jojo has a special spray that keeps the Powerpuff Girls away, so he decides to go to a different world where superheroes don't care about stopping bad guys. He ends up at Titan's Tower, and when Cyborg and Beast Boy sees him, they think he's amazing. They call him a magic monkey, and instead of stopping him when he says he's building an army of robot battle monkeys, Cyborg and Beast Boy ask if they can help.
He talks?
check out that hat, bro. I love him so much.
But will you still love me when I, Mojo Jojo, create an army of cybernetically enhanced battle monkeys?
You're making a monkey army?
So cool. Can we get in on that?
This is peak Teen Titans Go behavior, helping the villains instead of stopping him. The real heroes show up when the Powerpuff Girls follow Mojo Jojo to stop him, but the Teen Titans are mean to them and keep calling them babies and little kids. This leads to the most unnecessary competition ever between the two superheroes, who should have been working together. After a big contest and Mojo Jojo getting defeated by the real Powerpuff Girls, while the fake ones were actually Robin, Raven, and Starfire in disguises, the day was saved, but not really thanks to the Teen Titans. Ever since this crossover, Blossom, Bubbles, Buttercup, and Mojo Jojo were never seen again, which makes sense since they belong in their own universe, but watching the Titans get absolutely schooled by 3 little girls was honestly hilarious. Next up are the Hive Titans from the episode In and Out, where all the Titans ended up sneaking into the Hive 5's tower by disguising themselves as villains. The Hive 5, Gizmo, Jinx, Billy Numerous, Seymour, and Mammoth actually had a really nice tower with working appliances, pizza, and a soda machine, while the Titans' tower was completely broken. Everything in their own tower was falling apart. The alarm clock didn't work, the refrigerator handle broke off, the microwave exploded, and even the couch fell apart. So when Robin tasted that delicious pizza from the Hive's fancy wood burning oven, he decided to infiltrate them by dressing up as Red X. Even though Gizmo said he could join right away, Robin still beat up poor Mammoth anyway, because that's what villains do apparently. Then Cyborg got jealous seeing Robin eat good food while he was stuck with cold fish and peas, so he dressed up as Stone and almost beat up Mammoth.
Thought the Hive could use someone like me.
Nice. You're in.
Guess I'll have to prove myself then. Sorry, but there's a new tough guy in town.
Then Beast Boy, Raven, and Starfire called themselves Beast Bob, Ravine, and Sapphire, and they all ganged up on Mammoth together.
Hi, I'm Ravine.
I am Sapphire.
I'm Beast Bob. You're all in. We want in the Hive.
Poor Mammoth.
Bro was getting jumped by the entire Titans team, and all Jinx could do was literally cry, which is honestly pretty brutal but also hilarious. The Hive 5 actually welcomed these fake villains into their tower. Until the Hive realized who they were really after, Beast Boy fake sideburns fell off.
Place up but the Teen Titans! Beast Boy!
Eventually both towers ended up exploding because apparently that's the only way Teen Titans episodes can end. Ever since this episode, we never saw the Titans disguised as these fake villain versions again. Red X, Stone, Beast Bob, Ravine, and Sapphire were honestly better at being villains than heroes. Speaking of alternate versions, what happened to the opposite gender Titans from the episode Beast Girl? The episode starts with Beast Boy freaking out about the creepy man in the mirror, until Robin and Starfire explains it's just his reflection. When their crime alarm goes off, they find Robin stealing pizza, but there are 2 Robins. The fake one is actually Madame Rouge, who can shapeshift to look like anyone. When the doorbell rings, Beast Boy screams again, but this time it's Beast Girl, a green girl who looks just like him. After Beast Girl learns about Madame Rouge and accidentally swallows all the Titans as a giant snake, the real Madame Rouge reveals herself and takes the Titans away while Beast Girl could only watch. But then Beast Girl comes to rescue them with her own team of opposite gender heroes. There's a girl Robin who looks just like the boy Robin but with longer hair, a girl Cyborg who is basically a female version of the half robot hero, a boy Raven who is probably way more cheerful than the dark female version, and a boy Starfire who makes the regular Robin super jealous. The 2 teams fight Madame Rouge together, and Beast Girl turns into a T-Rex dinosaur and knocks Madame Rouge far away with one swipe of her tail. After they win, the Titans thank the opposite opposite gender team for saving them. And Starfire really likes the boy version of herself, which makes Robin so jealous that he pushes the boy Starfire out the window. But ever since this episode, we never saw the opposite gender Titans again. The girl Robin, girl Cyborg, boy Raven, and boy Starfire were all pretty cool characters who could have made for some interesting storylines. But another character who showed up once was Shazam from the episode Little Elvis. The episode starts when a massive alien asteroid lands in Jump City and the crime alert sounds in Titan's Tower. But the Teen Titans are more annoyed than scared because all these world-threatening invasions are getting really old. They'd rather have some easy fights like the old days. Once they arrive at Impact Crater, the team is shocked to see that the alien menace is just a little talking worm. But here's where things become insane. A boy named Billy Batson is about to fight the worm, and he transformed into a mighty superhero Shazam just by saying his name. The Titans can't seem to get over how awesome he is, but Shazam has no time for them because he has to defeat the worm.
Well, I hate to say it, bruh, but he left a while ago.
After defeating the worm, the group takes an enchanted subway ride to the Rock of Eternity, where they meet up with the wizard, a magical man who gave Billy his superpowers. While looking around the lair, the Titans notice a bunch of evil-looking statues with the 7 deadly enemies of man encased inside, and Mr. Mind suddenly arrives and snatches up all 7 sins. And of course, the 7 deadly enemies instantly take over the Titans. Robin's pride gets multiplied, Starfire's anger becomes dangerous, Cyborg gets greedy, Raven gets filled with jealousy, and Beast Boy is even lazier than normal. I didn't think that was possible. With the Titans out of the picture, the 7 enemies turn into a gigantic robot and starts wrecking the city. But luckily, Shazam arrives to take on the monster in an epic battle that ends with the destruction of the robot and Mr. Mind getting chucked into outer space and gets destroyed by a space rock. But ever since this episode, we never saw Shazam again. Even though having a superhero who could turn from a kid into an adult just by saying the magic word would have been perfect for the Teen Titans to team up with more often. But another spooky group that disappeared forever are the Ghost Teen Titans from the episode Scary Figure Dance. The episode starts with the Teen Titans getting ready for a Halloween party with everyone in their costumes. But then their crime alert went off because the High Five were stealing all the candy from Jump City and trying to blow up the candy factory. The Titans had to leave their party to stop the bad guys, and when they got there, they tried to make Halloween jokes while fighting. But the High Five blew up the candy factory anyway, which made Cyborg cry because he loved candy so much.
Fine! The puns are yours, Hive. But justice will be ours! We won't let you destroy that candy factory!
Too late.
But then when Gizmo said the Titans didn't have a ghost of a chance, a laser hit all the Titans and they disappeared. It turned out the Titans had become ghosts and they were making spooky noises and moving things around to scare the High Five, who thought their tower was haunted.
I don't know. Must have been a storm. Whoa! Hey, who did that? What?
Wasn't me.
This is getting weird, yo. Everyone stay calm. It's probably just... Hive Tower is haunted!
The 5 ghost Titans appeared glowing and talking in spooky ghost voices. And when a mammoth said the Titans weren't very scary, the ghost Titans made themselves look really terrifying with scary faces that made everyone scream and run away. The ghost Titans then had fun scaring each member of the High Five in different ways until Gizmo called doctors to help to get the Titan spirits back into their bodies. And once they were all alive again, everyone decided to have a fun Halloween party together. But ever since this episode, we never saw the Ghost Teen Titans again, even though having the ability to turn into ghosts whenever they want would have been a pretty awesome power to keep around. Finally, there's Abraham Lincoln from the episode Genie President. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th President of the United States and one of the most famous leaders in American history. But in this episode, he's also a magical genie. The episode starts with Robin showing the other Titans a penny and explaining how they can make profit by melting pennies since they cost 50% more than what they're actually worth. But Starfire simply believes that Penny have the magic to summon the Genie President Lincoln to grant any wish, while the other Titans think she's crazy and more focused on getting rich.
Just the penny? Just the penny? Oh, no, nobody, no, siree, Bob, the no. This coin is of the greatest of value. Upon the penny, one can make the wish, which is then granted by the power of the first and only Genie President of the United States.
Genie, President?
After the Titans robbed pennies from wishing wells all over the city, including Hive Tower, Hall of Justice, and even the Batcave, they gave all the pennies into their swimming pool and tried to dive in, but get completely hurt because pennies are heavy and don't work like liquid. Robin continues with his greedy plan to melt pennies, but suddenly the police arrive to arrest all of them for trying to deface currency, and their money weapons quickly defeat the Titans.
Eagle? Dollar to the judge! Titans, run!
However, Starfire remains hopeful that President Lincoln will rescue them, and her wishes come true when she tosses a coin. President Lincoln appears as an actual genie and uses his magical powers to make the police and the pile of pennies disappear for good. All of the Titans thank Starfire for saving them, but then they notice Lincoln is sad because he doesn't have the mustache he wants. So Starfire returns the favor by granting him his wish, and now he has a long, lovely mustache.
Upper lip hair.
Do you mean it? Do you really mean it?
Lincoln thanks the Titans before flying away, but ever since this episode, we never saw Genie President Lincoln again. Even though having a magical version of one of America's most famous presidents could have made for some really interesting historical adventures. Most people think Teen Titans Go is just another silly kids cartoon with crazy jokes and even crazier characters, but there are episodes so dark and disturbing that it honestly shouldn't have been allowed on Cartoon Network. So today, we're going over the 15 darkest Teen Titans Go episodes, and trust me, the top 5 are actually insane. Starting with the episode, The Cape, and this episode starts off looking like it's going to be some wholesome throwback to the original Teen Titans series, but it quickly becomes one of the most depressing things I've seen on the show. The episode opens with the classic 2003 Teen Titans fighting Cinderblock, and everything looks epic with their flowing capes and dramatic action scenes. We see Robin and Cyborg have this huge fight over a cape, and Robin literally kicks Cyborg off the team just because he wouldn't wear one.
They're in the exact same spot. Enough about my spot. Maybe I don't want a cake. Maybe I want a mustache.
Here we go again with the mustache!
Next time you see me, I'm gonna have a mustache.
Mustache?
Bro really said either wear the cape or you're not my friend anymore, which is honestly toxic as hell. Then Cyborg walks away and you can see how hurt he is, but Robin doesn't even care. And don't even get me started on how they beat the prune guy. Robin literally almost dies and only gets saved because Cyborg comes back to help him. The fact that Robin needed to almost die just to realize he was being a terrible friend is honestly heartbreaking. And the episode ends with them going back to watching more of their old show like nothing happened. But if you thought those characters had problems, this next episode shows what happens when ego completely destroys your team. Coming in at number 14, we have The Streak. The episode starts off with Robin getting hyped about crime season like it's some kind of sport, but when the other Titans say they want a break, Robin completely loses it and starts talking about how taking breaks is for losers. He even bribes his own team with a pizza party just to get them to work, but then tells them they have to pay for it themselves, which is honestly just cruel. But it gets so much worse when Kid Flash shows up and challenges them to crime season. Instead of working together as a team, Robin starts trash talking his own friends, calling them bottom of the barrel teammates right in front of their faces. Kid Flash goes and stops like 52 crimes in basically no time, while Robin just stands there looking like a loser. The first part ends with Kid Flash stealing Robin's entire team by offering them pizza, back rubs, and comfy chairs. And so the Teen Titans decide to join Kid Flash's team instead, which shows just how badly Robin's been treating them. Robin ends up alone while his former teammates ride away in a party bus.
Party bus is on fleek, yo!
That's it. I'm joining Kid Flash's team.
The Me Too.
What? You can't leave now? In the middle of crime season? In the middle of a crime? Come on! Let's just finish off Killer Moth and his giant mutant, whatever that is.
But part 2 gets even more depressing because Robin has to team up with literally Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, and Sticky Joe just to have anyone on his side. Robin literally had to lose everything to realize he was being a horrible person. But if you thought Robin's toxic leadership was bad, the next episode shows what happens when a simple argument about burping turns into a war. Coming in at number 13, we have boys versus girls. And this episode starts with the boys being gross and burping in front of Raven and Starfire. But it quickly turns into one of the most ridiculous boys versus girls fight I've ever seen. The boys starts making fun of girls because they think boys are better than girls. But then Robin takes it to the next level. Bro literally says girls can never beat boys because girls just sit around caring about how they look and getting emotional, which is something you definitely don't want to say to Raven or Starfire. And when the girls prove him wrong by winning every single contest they set up, Robin still refuses to admit he's wrong. The absolute worst part is when Robin brings up cooties like he's in kindergarten. This grown superhero really said Raven and Starfire have cooties, which shocks everyone. But then Raven points out that cooties aren't even real. So what does Robin do? He goes to a literal government lab and steals actual cooties to put on the girls. And what happens next is honestly terrifying because the boys are running for their lives while the girls hunt them down throughout the entire city.
Think we lost him?
Impossible! We have more of the endurance.
They ended up getting trapped and the girls infect them with the cooties too, which serves them right for being so dumb. But this next episode proves that sometimes the real horror isn't the stories you tell around a campfire, but being stuck in the wilderness with Robin. Coming in at number 12, we have Campfire Stories. And this episode starts with the Titans sitting around being bored in the forest, while Robin is way too excited about camping. Everyone else is miserable and wants to go home, but Robin is acting like this is the best thing ever, even putting a sticker on Raven's forehead when she complains about being outside. When Cyborg suggests watching a TV, Robin completely loses it and starts explaining how they don't need technology because they can tell scary campfire stories. Beast Boy goes first with a story about a lumberjack who finds a monkey eating its own booger, which is gross but not really scary. Then Starfire tells this weird story about a ghost man who just wanted to play catch. But then Cyborg tells this story about getting random phone calls with heavy breathing, and when he calls the police, they find the caller inside his house, which is actually terrifying. Robin's story is somehow the most depressing though because it's just about him getting stood up on a date and not having money to pay for his meal. Raven's story is the darkest one because she basically tells the story of her life with the Titans, describing how she's a half demon who made friends but they got louder and more annoying over time until she snapped and ate them all.
Then, fast as a serpent, she ate them, one by one.
The episode ends with everyone running away in terror while Raven casually says she loves Campfire Stories, which actually makes you wonder if she secretly wants to eat all of her friends. But before we get into the next episode, I want to ask you a question. What's scarier than an alien invasion? Yeah, that's right. Finding out your favorite restaurant is run by an evil tofu trying to take over the world. In the episode, Employee of the Month Redux, Beast Boy wants to buy a moped but he needs money for his bike he wants, so he gets a job at this sketchy meat restaurant called Mega Meaty Meat, which is already weird because he's a vegetarian. The manager looks super sus from the start, and when Beast Boy tries to explain that he doesn't eat meat, the guy immediately perks up when he mentions the moped. That should have been the first red flag, but Beast Boy is so excited about getting his bike that he ignores all the warning signs. When the other Titans show up to check on him, they're all put off by how creepy the place feels, but Cyborg is too hungry to care. Then a UFO shows up and the Titans have to leave Beast Boy behind to chase it, which is when things get really messed up.
Okay, then make it a cup of meat juice.
Specifically, what variety of the meat is it that you serve?
Meaty says that's a trade secret.
I'm glad you found a place to make some extra money, Beast Boy, but don't you think this place seems a little weird?
Dude, they have fries made out of meat. This whole place is weird, and I hate it!
Beast Boy ends up dealing with the lunch rush alone, and to escape the crazy customers, he runs to the back room where he finds multiple cows trapped into some kind of machine. That's when he meets the real villain, a talking block of tofu in a tiny robot suit who's been using UFOs to kidnap cows and turn them into power sources for his evil plan. But the worst part is that Beast Boy was unknowingly helping them the entire time. The episode ends with Beast Boy using his new moped to save his friends and blow up the monster ship, but the damage was already done to who knows how many cows. Poor cows. But have you ever wondered what happens when your deepest wishes come through? Well, at the number 10 spot, we have Crazy Desire Island, and this episode starts with the Titans talking to sports equipment with faces on them, which should immediately tell you the Titans have completely gone crazy. Starfire points out that talking to sports balls is a sign of craziness, but the real problem is that they've been stuck on the island so long that they're going insane. When Robin shows up in a suit acting like some kind of wish-granting game show host, you know things are about to get even weirder. He tells them they can make any wish come true by jumping into this magic bush, and of course everyone starts making terrible wishes. Cyborg goes first and wishes to be a famous musician with Beast Boy, but then Beast Boy betrays him and says he was just using Cyborg for fame. Like, bro. Then Starfire's wish is somehow even weirder because she wants to become a magic cat and invite every cat in the galaxy to a party. Robin gets so disgusted by all the cats, then he immediately shuts down her dream, which is honestly pretty cruel when you think about it.
Your mind is a web of madness. No more!
Beast Boy's up next and just wishes for a cake, but Raven wishes the most heartbreaking because she just wants to go home to the tower. But when her wishes comes true and she realizes her teammates are still just as annoying as always, the episode ends with Robin crying because in Raven's wish world, he finally got to kiss Starfire, but then it got all taken away from him. Classic Robin. But things get even more dark in the episode Halloween. The episode starts with Raven getting excited about Halloween while dressed as a pretty Pegasus, but all the other Titans have given up on the holiday.
I'm a jack-o'-lantern.
Ooh, what a waste of good produce.
Who wants candy? We can get bags of it tonight.
If we want candy, we'll go buy some.
They make excuses about not wanting to celebrate, with Robin saying President's Day is his new favorite holiday, which is honestly just insane. Like, how is your favorite holiday President's Day? What a weirdo. Starfire reminds everyone that last year they got sick from eating trick-or-treat candy without wrapping it first. But the real problem is that Cyborg says Halloween isn't scary anymore now that they're older, and Beast Boy claims he's a full-grown man who doesn't have time for it. So Raven decides to fix this by summoning the Halloween spirit to bring back their love for the holiday, but instead it turns all the other Titans into little kids.
Ghouls and ghosts will plot and scheme to make your friends all run and scream.
Now they're terrified of everything Halloween and can't go trick-or-treating anymore. But then the Halloween spirit escapes and starts causing chaos in Jump City. So the Kid Titans have to go on a quest to stop him before the moon sets, or they'll stay kids forever. They have to face their fears and fight Halloween decorations that come to life. But in the end, they realize they have actually enjoyed being scared again. The episode ends with them being back to normal size, but still in costumes that are now too small, which is honestly pretty funny. But imagine being stuck as a kid forever. But now we're on to the top 8, and if you thought these episodes were already dark, you've literally seen nothing. At number 8, we have Mo Money Mo Problems, and this episode starts with Beast Boy eating everything in the fridge as a beer because he claims he needs to hibernate. But when they get to the Batcave and Beast Boy reveals he was just pranking them, the Teen Titans discover something way more interesting: Wayne Manor. Robin takes them on a tour of his childhood home and shows them his bedroom with his lucky lucky bucket that wipes away his tears when he's sleeping. He explains that Batman taught him money isn't meant to be spent but only used for fighting crime. A flashback shows little Robin training with his staff and being forbidden from going near money. But the most shocking thing Robin reveals is that he's always wanted a poster of the 90s R&B group Belle Biv DeVoe on his bedroom wall. He says their lyrics taught him to be a great hero and even starts singing their biggest hit. The other Titans suggest using Wayne's Manor money to buy him what he's always wanted. So they blow all of Batman's money on themselves and get Robin his poster. Plus, they launch money fireworks for celebration.
This feels so good! Launch the money fireworks!
Imagine how Batman must feel right now knowing that all of the money got blown up and now he's completely broke. But this next episode shows what happens when someone becomes too smart for their own good and nearly destroys reality in the process. Coming in at number 7, we have brain percentages, and this episode starts with the Titans doing a hidden pictures puzzle. But Beast Boy can't find anything and keeps getting distracted. When everyone points out that he's never good at brain games, basically calling him dumb, Beast Boy gets frustrated and wants to prove he's smart. Robin explains that humans only use 10% of their brains, and Raven teases Beast Boy about only using 2%. Okay, it's not funny, but let's continue. Beast Boy takes this literally and decides he's going to unlock more of his brain capacity through serious training. At first, Beast Boy gets to 10% and renames himself Renaissance Boy, but he still can't solve the puzzle, so he keeps pushing forward, and at 50% he starts getting mean insights about people, telling Cyborg he uses jokes to hide his pain and calls him names.
My bad. I'm using 50% of my brains now, so I got all these deep insights about people. You know, like how Robin's always trying to be cool to compensate for how he used to wear short shorts and elf boots.
By 80%, he's hovering in the air from being so smart, but it's still not enough. So Beast Boy does the unthinkable. He goes back in time 650 million years and touches his fingertips with a monkey, which unlocks 95% of his brain. And at this stage, Beast Boy literally starts turning into a computer, warning that if he reaches 100%, he'll destroy reality. But Beast Boy reaches 100% anyway and teleports everyone inside the hidden pictures puzzle so he can finally find all the items. The other Titans try to tell him the dolphin is on the palm tree, but he won't listen until the dolphin literally slaps him. The episode ends with them trapped in a cheese maze that Beast Boy created, unable to escape because now he's back to being dumb. The episode is funny but really dark at the same time. While we're waiting for Beast Boy to escape the cheese maze, let's talk about the 6th darkest episode. At number 6, we have Dog Hand, and this episode starts with the Titans noticing Raven acting more moody than usual because her interdimensional demon father Trigon is coming to visit. When Trigon arrives in his big scary form, he shrinks down and appears surprisingly friendly to the Titans, even seeming caring towards his daughter. But Trigon has a secret evil plan. First, he tries to convince Raven to follow the family legacy by becoming full demon, and when she refuses, he decides to win over her friends instead by granting any wish they want. Starfire wishes to speak normally and starts speaking like an Earth teenager. Beast Boy can transform into weird objects, Cyborg gets a dog for a hand, and Robin becomes super jacked. They're super happy with their new powers and tell Raven that her dad might not be so bad. But what they don't know is that this is all going along with Trigon's evil plan. Raven agrees to follow in Trigon's footsteps to become a complete demon. So she absorbs all the kids' evil nightmares in Jump City and becomes a full demon. Then Trigon tells her to use her powers to betray her friends.
Bravo!
I'm so proud. The only thing left to do is kill all your friends.
Kill us! Kill us! You can, like, totally do it!
Yeah, wait, what?
But instead of doing what her dad wants, she captures Trigon and sends him back to his demon dimension where he belongs. But now we're finally at the top 5, and if you thought the last few episodes were dark, you haven't seen anything yet. At number 5, we have Ghost Boy, and this episode is absolutely bonkers. It kicks off with Beast Boy trying to prank his teammates, but everyone's too smart for his tricks except Starfire.
Yes! Oh, you got me! Oh,
Oh, hang on to your life force. I will get help for you, friend.
no! It's too late! Oh, I'm a goner!
Goodbye, cruel world.
who's basically the most innocent Titan, so naturally, Beast Boy decides to mess with her because he's a terrible friend like that. The whole thing goes sideways when Starfire accidentally hits Beast Boy with a watering can while killing a mosquito, making her think she killed him. Beast Boy, being the annoying little green menace he is, convinces Starfire that she turned him into a ghost and now she has to do whatever he says. Bro literally gaslit her into doing his laundry and chores while pretending to be dead.
See, here on Earth, if you accidentally kill someone, it's customary to do whatever the ghost says.
I see. In that case, I am at your service. What noble tasks shall you assign to me?
But the other Titans find out and decide to get revenge by actually making Beast Boy think he's dead. Raven puts a transparency spell on him so he can phase through objects, and they stage his funeral. Beast Boy completely buys it and decides to do what he's always wanted to do: jump into a freaking volcano. This is where the episode becomes legitimately horrifying. One by one, the Titans actually die trying to save Beast Boy. Cyborg gets mauled by a mountain lion, Robin falls off a cliff, and Raven and Starfire get hit by random space lasers. They're all dead for real, but Beast Boy doesn't care because he thinks his prank worked. The episode ends with Beast Boy slipping and falling into a volcano anyway, joining his dead teammates as actual ghosts. The final scene shows all the Titans as spirits, wondering what to do with their afterlife situation. Like, they're genuinely dead and the episode just ends there. That's like dark even for Teen Titans Go. Coming in at number 4, we have Think About Your Future. The episode starts with Starfire, Cyborg, Raven, and Beast Boy chilling on the couch doing their own thing when Robin pops up from the floor with exciting news. He wants the Teen Titans to have matching team jackets. Everyone's down except Raven, who keeps warning them about making bad choices that will affect them later. But peer pressure wins and they start eating junk food and basically living their worst life.
So fresh.
Bam, bam.
Yeah, boy. Oh, you know this looks good.
Then boom, we jump 70 years into the future and it's absolutely depressing. The elderly Titans are falling apart literally. Beast Boy can't walk, his feet are covered in flies, and he keeps falling off his scooter. Cyborg is super old and weak, Starfire can barely fly, and they're all broke because they can't afford their medications. The elderly Titans build a time machine to warn their younger selves, but when they arrive, the present day Titans are too busy stuffing their faces with pizza to care.
Whoa, is that us?
We appear to be the raisins!
Oh, so cute. Come here, old mate.
The twist ending is messed up though. When the elderly Titans threaten to teach them a lesson, Robin realizes they can just make worse decisions to erase their future selves completely. So they literally delete their old version and decide to enjoy the rest of their lives while it lasts. Basically, they're saying they'd rather die young and have fun than live long and suffer. But we're just getting warmed up because this next episode gets way darker. Moving on to number 3, we get Pyramid Scheme. The episode starts with Robin, Raven, Cyborg, and Starfire are chilling on the couch when a sad and depressing Beast Boy comes from behind and slouches next to Starfire. She asks him why he's upset and bro says he can't afford an expensive gift for Cyborg's birthday, even though Cyborg literally tells him his birthday isn't even close to coming up.
This is leaking from your eye holes.
It's just... I can't afford the birthday present Cyborg really wants.
Wait, haven't we been through this before?
And besides, my birthday is like months away.
Beast Boy gets convinced that their friendship will be ruined if he doesn't buy Cyborg something expensive. So instead of getting a normal job, he decides to join a money scam and becomes a money sheriff. This dude starts eating literal bowls of money for dinner and then recruits the other Titans to be his money deputies for $100 each.
One in, huh? Well, it's super easy. First, give me $100.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You don't give money to make money. That's like paying to have a job. And those badges are worthless. They're just to trick you into thinking you have some sort of status.
The episode gets progressively darker as they start recruiting random people around town and eating money salads around a campfire. Robin's the only one calling out how stupid this is, but everyone ignores him because they're making money. Then the episode takes a dark turn when a massive pyramid appears from the ground and the boss mummy appears. The mummy basically captures the Titans, forcing them to do hard labor in the desert sun. Beast Boy finally admits he was wrong, but then they're already trapped forever. The only way they escape is through Robin's weird idea of hard labor. Beast Boy has to transform into a chicken and starts laying eggs. The whole episode is super weird and uncomfortable, but it leads to them breaking free and fighting an army of mummies in the desert. But the second darkest Teen Titans Go episode, we have Hot Salad Water. The story opens up with Starfire, Raven, and Beast Boy eating cereal for breakfast, while Cyborg offers them drinks like water, orange juice, and milk, but nobody is interested until he finds a tea bag and decides to make tea with his robot body. But before they can even take a sip, Robin comes running in and attacks Cyborg's teacup with a birdarang, blowing it up right in his face. Robin starts yelling at them for drinking tea, which Beast Boy calls hot salad water before Raven corrects him.
Leafy goodness gets in there and you drink that.
Like the delicious hot water salad.
I like salad.
Then let's drink this tea, son.
Robin warns them that tea is from Great Britain and tells them it's dangerous to drink. He gives them a totally fake lesson about tea, and it involves the bald eagle, the Statue of Liberty, and George Washington. He throws Beast Boy teacup into the ocean and forces everyone to wear USA caps while spraying them with soda. After Robin leaves, the Titans find mysterious tea crafts that arrive at the tower. They decide to drink the tea behind Robin's back and slowly starts acting like British, sticking out the little fingers and talking fancy. When Robin finds out the next morning, he gets transported to Big Ben through a magical portal and discovers his friends are completely brainwashed and dressed like old British people. Enter the Queen of England, who reveals she's been behind this whole thing as revenge for Americans throwing tea in the ocean way back in history. She's trying to take over America through mind control tea, and Robin's friends are now her loyal servants ready to get rid of him. The episode becomes full war between America and Great Britain, with the Statue of Liberty using soda weapons against a giant robot Big Ben.
Lady Liberty!
No! Stop soda!
Even after they beat the Queen and break the mind control, Robin forces everyone to dump more tea in the ocean. What a crazy way to end the episode. But this episode at the #1 spot definitely messed me up as a child. The darkest Teen Titans Go episode of all time is BB Ray. This episode starts with a really weird vibe when Beast Boy walks in the living room wearing a bow tie, holding roses, and same there for Raven. When she rejects the flowers, he brings her a real baby bear, and when that doesn't work, he tries reading her a love poem that turns out to be an evil spell that summons a scary monster. But no matter what Beast Boy does, it just seems not to be enough. So the Titans help him write a song by locking him in a room.
It's all about my baby, yeah, it's all about me. And if I don't get my baby, all I do is go crazy.
Nah, too intense. I love you more than applesauce, than peaches and a plum. Not right.
So when Beast Boy finally plays his song, Raven actually kisses him, but then he immediately betrays her trust by uploading their private moment to the internet behind her back.
I put all my thoughts in it for you, Ray. Only you.
What makes this episode so dark is how toxic their entire relationship becomes. Beast Boy goes on tour with Raven's song, completely ignoring her while getting attention from the screaming fangirls. He tells crowds that the song is for them instead of acknowledging Raven, who's standing right there heartbroken. In the dressing room, he burns his shirts and completely ignores Raven when she tries to talk to him, treating her like she doesn't even exist.
Got to get changed for the next show, yo. Can't be wearing things twice. It's garbage now.
Hey, I was thinking, when the tour's over, we should...
What you think? Zebra or leopard print? It's beautiful either way.
Are you listening to me at all?
Raven finally snaps and curses the song out of anger, but this backfires horribly. The curse turns the love song into a hate song, causing everyone in Jump City to turn violent against each other. Couples who were once happy starts fighting, and the entire city descends into chaos because of their relationship drama. Raven realizes she didn't just ruin Beast Boy's career, she accidentally hurt innocent people because she was so mad at him. Beast Boy eventually figures out what he did wrong and breaks the curse by singing a song about not being selfish, which fixes everything and brings peace back to the city. The episode shows Beast Boy manipulating Raven's feelings, betraying her trust, ignoring her completely, and then only caring when it affects him personally. Even after Beast Boy learns his lesson, their relationship ends with Raven dropping a doghouse on him as punishment. But the fact that the creators decide to make an episode about toxic relationships is really dark for a kid's show. Robin was never supposed to be the leader of the Teen Titans. He originally failed his own team tryouts, got kicked out by the better Teen Titans team, and he only recruited Starfire because he wanted a girlfriend. In this video, we're going to go over that and so much more. I've gone ahead and watched Titans Go for literally hundreds of hours to find even the tiniest piece of Robin lore in the show. So sit back, relax, because you just might learn something new about Robin. Robin's full name isn't just Robin as you might think. Robin is just a code name, and his real name is actually Dick Grayson, and he comes from a family of circus performers called the Flying Graysons. But Robin's story gets dark really fast because his parents died in a tragic circus accident, which is how he ended up being taken in by Batman in the first place. Growing up in the circus wasn't exactly a happy childhood for Robin though. In this episode, Dude Relax, we can see that as a baby, he was constantly bullied by the circus animals. The elephant would steal and drink his milk, the bear on the unicycle would take his banana, and the monkey would literally pull his diaper off until it came completely off.
The circus where I grew up. This is the last place I remember being able to really relax. Being a baby was the greatest.
This is where Robin's trust issues and obsessive need for control actually began. He realized that whenever he let his guard down as a baby, the circus animals would take advantage of him and steal his stuff. That's why Robin is always so vigilant and can never relax, even as a teenager. The circus taught him that if you're not constantly watching your back, someone's going to mess with you. This background explains a lot about why Robin is the way he is today. Controlling, paranoid, and always expecting the worst from people around him. But for now, back to Robin's story, and like all good stories, we have to start from the beginning of his journey as a leader. In the episode Real Origins, Robin arrives at Jump City where he calls the city a cesspool and realizes he's got a problem. Robin wanted to make a name for himself, but he couldn't do it in Gotham City because he's always overshadowed by Batman. The scenes literally show that they can't see Robin because he's behind Batman's shadow. So Robin decides he needs some sidekicks and teammates of his own. He searches for teammates between ages 15 to 18, and he's got very specific roles in mind. For Muscle, he wants to recruit Cyborg. For a funny wild card, he's looking for Beast Boy. For an ex-villain and big brains, he needs Raven. And for the last member, he just wants a girlfriend, so he wants Starfire. So Robin basically made a shopping list for teammates, and girlfriend was literally one of the categories. But Robin's team needs a place to call home, and that's where things get complicated. There's already another Teen Titans squad in Jump City, and they've gotten the Titan Tower. This other team has some serious heavy hitters like Kid Flash, Aqualad, and Bumblebee. But to make things worse for Robin, the leader of this team is someone Robin hates more than anyone, Speedy. But more on their rivalry later. In the episode Flashback, Robin realizes that if he wants Titan Tower for his team, he's going to have to earn it. So he decides to hold tryouts to see which Teen Titans team deserve to keep the tower. The tryouts have 4 stages: skill, speed, combat, and teamwork. Robin's got his crew of Raven, Starfire, Beast Boy, and Cyborg, who doesn't have their powers yet. These 4 brought out the absolute worst in Robin. He keeps losing his temper and snapping at them constantly. During the combat stage, Cyborg gets absolutely destroyed by the combat dummy and ends up with every bone in his body broken. But instead of giving up, Robin takes him to the hospital and he comes back as the robotic cyborg we know today. Now with his new powers, Cyborg destroys the combat dummy and Robin's team starts winning.
Yes!
After the final challenge, Robin finally has enough of Kid Flash's attitude and kicked his entire team out of Jump City. Robin's team claims Titan Tower, and now he's officially the leader of the Teen Titans. But now that Robin finally has his team and his tower, the real problems are just getting started. Robin might be the leader now, but his teammates' laziness starts pushing him to his breaking point. In the best Robin episode, the Titans are being completely lazy. Beast Boy can't even cook pasta because the instructions are too long. Cyborg won't get the TV remote off the floor, and when the TV catches fire, they just let it burn instead of putting it out. Robin has to constantly clean up after them and put out the fires, literally. When a crime alert goes off about Brother Blood kidnapping the city council, the Titans ground and say it's too much work.
Blood has kidnapped the city council. Titans, go!
Do we have to?
Yeah, I really don't feel like teleporting instantly across the entire city.
This is when Robin finally snaps and calls on his backup team. 3 other Robins who are way better than his current team. The other Robins complete the mission perfectly, while Robin's lazy team just watches. But then Robin gets jealous when he realizes the other Robins are actually better than him at everything. They get pizza faster, fix the TV, make outfits for Cyborg, and even give massages to Raven and Starfire. Robin can't handle being outshined by his own backup team, so he kicks them out in a rage. This leaves his original team completely helpless. But just when everything seems helpless, Super Robin, a little Robin bird with superpowers, shows up and saves everyone.
Curse you, Super Robin.
This whole disaster shows just how Robin's obsession with being the perfect leader almost got everyone killed. But Robin's ego and control issues don't just hurt his team, they also destroy his chances with Starfire. In the day, we just see how far Robin's obsession with Starfire will go, and why he absolutely hates Speedy. It turns out they're both former sidekicks, Robin to Batman and Speedy to Green Arrow. So they're constantly competing to prove who's the better hero. But now their rivalry gets personal because they're both fighting over Starfire. Robin finally works up the courage to ask Starfire out on a date, but she declines because Speedy already invited her to a restaurant opening. Robin gets so jealous and desperate that he literally kidnaps Speedy, dresses up like him, and tries to sabotage their date.
Ha! Never gets old.
But when Starfire discovers the truth, she's furious with Robin and punches him in the face. Now that we have explained most of Robin's story and relationships, we should talk about something that you may not have known about Boy Wonder. The creators of Teen Titans Go explained that Robin's complete transformation from a calm, cool, and collected hero into a maniac who loses his mind at the slightest annoyance isn't just for humor. It's actually shown his past trauma from losing his parents as a kid and being trained by Batman. It's meant to show how messed up his character really is. But here's something really dark about Robin's personality. In the episode, Some of Their Parts, it's revealed that unlike the other Titans, none of his feelings have positive traits. Each of his feelings represent a bad trait of his personality, like being perfectionist, paranoid, crazy, obsessive, and controlling.
Not 5 Robins. Oh no, it's his craziness.
Gotta be perfect. Gotta be perfect. Gotta be perfect.
Oh no, the perfectionist. He's the worst.
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
This means that deep down, Robin literally has no positive emotions, which explains why he's such a mess. Another thing about Robin is that his obsession with Batman runs way deeper than you think. Throughout the series, Robin's past has really messed him up, and his time as Batman's sidekick has made him afraid of Batman not liking him. In fact, Robin desperately wants Batman's approval so much that in Batman's birthday gift, he even thought Batman was calling him pal in a letter, even though Batman wasn't being nice to him at all.
Your pal, Batman.
I am sorry, friend Robin.
Sorry? For what? Did you hear that? Your pal, Batman! I'm Batman's pal!
His room is literally filled with targets and punching bags with the faces of his old enemies, showing just how much his past trauma controls his life. And now for some random facts that might surprise you. Robin stands at only 5'3" and weighs 90 pounds. So most of you watching this video are probably taller than him. He loves making overnight oats and he sometimes sleepwalks at night. Robin's voice has changed throughout the seasons. It was high-pitched early on, got lower and scratchy in the middle seasons, then went back to high-pitched later. He's also the only Titan who is fully human, and despite having baby hands, the animators sometimes forget and give him normal hands. Oh, and when Robin first met Starfire and she kissed him to learn his language, she probably noticed his bad breath since Robin has been shown to have stinky breath in multiple episodes.
Tamaranians have the ability to learn languages through the lip contact. Now we can communicate.
Oh, okay. But you felt something, right? A spark, maybe?
No, but I did detect the strong odor coming from the mouth hole.
Robin's story shows us that sometimes the people who try the hardest to be the leaders are the ones who need the most help themselves. From being Batman's forgotten sidekick to becoming obsessed with control and Starfire's love, Robin's journey is basically about a traumatized kid trying to prove he's worthy of being loved and respected. Even though he's the leader of the Teen Titans, Robin is constantly fighting his own insecurities. But his transformation into Nightwing in the future shows that he eventually grows up and overcomes his problems. Well, she definitely doesn't look that scary, but Raven is actually one of the strongest characters in all of Teen Titans. To the point where she can erase entire dimensions with her mind, destroy giant monsters with a single kick, beat you with her demon powers, and so much more. So today, we're going over her different levels of strength to find out just how strong she really is. Starting with her normal state, and in this state, her strength is anything but normal. At 1% power, she unlocks the ability to trick people with fake magic, and we see this in the episode Legendary Sandwich, where Raven is watching Pretty Pegasus when the boys start bothering her. They're eating Robin's legendary sandwiches and making a mess. Raven hears them say they would do anything to get one of these legendary sandwiches, and this gives her an idea to get rid of them. Raven tells them about a real legendary sandwich from her book of ancient legends that could give someone the power to live forever.
Okay, first of all, that's dumb, and you made it up. Second, even if it is true, my sandwiches are the best, period.
Oh, but it is true. Behold.
Ooh, is it story time?
The parts were scattered in different places around the world. Each Titan goes to find one part. Cyborg gets the magical bacon from Lava Lake. Beast Boy digs for the King's Lettuce underground. Starfire searches for the Stellar Tomato in space. And Robin goes after the pretzel bread at the supermarket since he has no powers and he's super lame. Meanwhile, Raven enjoys her alone time watching Pretty Pegasus. The other Titans get beaten up by Sandwich Guardians but manage to get the ingredients. Raven then makes the sandwich using a magical spell, and the Titans start fighting about who should eat it. But then Silky eats the sandwich first and then throws it back up, leaving behind a gross slimy sandwich. The episode ends with Robin asking everyone if they want to watch Pretty Pegasus, which makes Raven happy and shows that Raven was smart enough to make up a fake story just to get some peace and quiet. Although this might have only been a simple trick, the episode is still insane and shows how clever Raven can be while barely even trying. And that's Raven at 1% power. Later in this video, we're gonna look at what Raven is like at 10% power, 25% power, and all the way up to 100% power. But as we move to 10% power, Raven gets the power to control super deadly monsters, and we see this in the episode Love Monsters. The episode starts on a rainy night at the Titans Tower. Robin, Cyborg, and Beast Boy are lying on the couch feeling sad because they miss the sunshine and have nothing to do. Starfire shows up and tries to cheer them up with hugs, which makes them feel happy again as the rain stops. Raven comes out of a portal on the floor carrying a small chest. Starfire immediately thinks she can make the chest feel better with hugs too. Raven tells Starfire that not everything can be fixed with hugs and kisses. She warns her and the other Titans that the chest holds the twin destroyers of Azeroth. She also explains that she needs to collect some spell ingredients to send the monsters back to Azeroth, and she can't take the chest with her until that happens. But of course, the Titans don't listen, and while Raven is gone, Starfire Starfire opens the box and shows them the twin destroyers, which seems harmless and adorable. Eventually, Starfire kisses the monsters, making them turn into an egg. The egg hatches and the twin destroyers turn into a giant two-headed monster which jumps out of the ocean and headed towards Jump City. The Titans put together the Titan robot and go after the twin destroyers. But when Cyborg tells Starfire to do a final leg kick, she pets the monster's face instead, making it stronger. The monster destroys the Titan robot, but then Starfire tries to argue with the twin destroyers, using mean insults and bad comments, which makes the monster shrink and split back into their original size, losing their powers and feelings for Starfire. The Titans escape from the robot as Raven feels proud of Starfire for trying to be cold and mean to the cutest things she couldn't normally handle. When the twin destroyers tell her to at least remember her kisses, Starfire takes it literally and tries to kiss them again.
Raven, I could not have been so cruel without your help.
We will always remember your sweet kisses.
Oh, and they will remember you.
You've gotta be kidding me. Raven really knows how to handle these crazy dangerous creatures, and without her, the Titans would have been completely doomed. But as we move from 5% power to 25% power, things start to get crazy. The episode Crazy Day starts in Raven's room and she has a bad headache and says that she needs some peace and quiet as she leaves her room. However, Raven's peaceful moment is ruined by Robin and the other Titans who say that it's Crazy Day. The Titans start doing a bunch of crazy stuff which annoys Raven until she stops their craziness by grabbing each Titan with her dark tentacles. Starfire wonders why she doesn't celebrate Crazy Day, and Raven tells them that they already drive her crazy every day. Eventually, she lets them go and goes back to her room where she starts to lose control of her mind because of her headache. Raven somehow enters into her own mind filled with random thoughts and crazy environments, where her voice warns her it will try to make her crazy just like it did with the Titans. The Titans find her lying on the ceiling while her stuff spins around. An annoying voice tells them that Raven is not in the room because it took over her mind. Raven travels through her mind facing different tests, including a Starfire statue and a chess game against Beast Boy and Cyborg as chess pieces. I don't think it could get any crazier than this. Raven finally arrives at the final test where behind the chair while listening to music, it was her father Trigon.
Lose your mind yet?
Using imagery of my friends to drive me crazy? Was all this about turning me evil?
Got me. Did it work?
Of course not. I already spend every day with them. You could never drive me as crazy as they do.
His main goal was to drive Raven super crazy and turning her evil, but Raven doesn't fall for it. She tells him she already goes crazy every day with the Titans, which ruins Trigon's plan. She then gives her demon father a taste of his own medicine by letting the other 4 Titans drive him crazy until he gives up, which is super funny to watch. Trigon is then defeated and Raven turns back to normal as she spits out her friends from her inner mind. This shows that Raven's mind is so strong that even her own demon father can't break it. And if Raven's mind is so strong that even Trigon can't break it, imagine what else she could do. And this is where her strength goes from somewhat possible to being a straight up cartoon god and breaking the laws of physics. In the episode Meatball Party, the Titans are relaxing until Cyborg interrupts and shouts that it's one of his meatball parties, shooting meatballs at them from his arm cannon. Everyone's excited except Raven, who gets covered in meat. Cyborg announces that the mystery meatball is going to be eaten by Raven. After some pushing from the Titans, Raven gives in to peer pressure and eats the meatball. Being half robot, Cyborg made the meatball half metal as well, and it cracked Raven's tooth. But this is where things get really dark. The following day, Beast Boy grabs her spellbook and turns the couch into a giant burrito. But then Raven finally snaps and a huge dark tentacles come flying out of her mouth, attacking the other Titans. They realize she can't open her mouth because the mystery meat cracked her tooth and now she must see a dentist. But Raven refuses because she absolutely hates the dentist. After a few days, Raven's demon tooth gets worse and constantly attacks the Titans. Eventually, the demon octopus actually eats Beast Boy, then Robin. Cyborg tries to make things right by offering himself up. Inside Raven's mouth, the Titans fight the demon octopus. Cyborg seals the crack in Raven's tooth with meatballs, causing Raven to throw up the Titans. Raven is so powerful that a simple cracked tooth releases a a powerful demon that can eat you alive. That's pretty insane. But things are about to get a lot crazier because now we're on to 75% power. We see one of Raven's most powerful abilities in the episode Dog Hand, which begins with the Titans noticing Raven's acting more grumpy than usual. They ask her what's wrong and she answers that her demon father Trigon will visit her. When Trigon arrives, he shrinks down and enters the tower, appearing friendly to the Titans and caring to his daughter. He tries to convince Raven to follow the family legacy. When she refuses, he comes up with a master plan to get her to do it. He gives the other 4 Titans and Silky each a new special ability according to their wishes. Starfire speaks like an Earth teenager, Beast Boy can transform into any object, Cyborg has a dog's head for his left hand, yeah, don't ask me why, and Robin is super strong and jacked. Trigon also transforms Silky into a beautiful butterfly. To prove a point, Raven accepts her father's request. She follows the steps to become a complete demon. She takes children's nightmares, which turns her energy red, tearing open an interdimensional portal, and finally being asked to kill her friends. Realizing Trigon's true plans, the Titans finally understand why Raven doesn't want to be like her father. Unwilling to take no for an answer, Trigon grows into his all-powerful form to kill the Titans himself. The Titans fight Trigon with their new abilities and defeat him. Raven sends Trigon through the portal and closes it. The Titans sadly return to their normal selves, and Raven's red energy turns black again. So far in this episode, Raven turns her friends into demons, took children's nightmares as power boosts, opened interdimensional portals, and defeated her own father Trigon. But what's even more insane is the powers she unlocked at 85% power. And in the episode Demon Prom at the Titans Tower, the Titans are relaxing when the doorbell rings, no one wants to answer, and the bell keeps ringing. Cyborg thinks they might have ordered pizza, and that gets the Titans to violently bust open the elevator and run to the door. Sadly, all they find is a well-dressed Trigon.
Where's the pizza, fool?
I didn't bring pizza.
You are a terrible pizza delivery man.
I was hoping to see my daughter.
And I was hoping to see the hot discus of the crust, sauce, and the cheese!
Meanwhile, Raven is reading in her room when her dad teleports in without being invited. Trigon explains that he wants to go to Demon Prom with her so she can be the prom queen, but she doesn't want to go. Furious Trigon goes full on demon, promising to destroy Earth if she doesn't go. Raven finally gives in and Trigon happily disappears. The other Titans show up, and when they hear about the prom, they're excited. Raven tries to explain that it's only for demons, but then she decides the Titans can join her in ruining the prom. They all teleported to the prom, but it's not what the Titans thought. The DJs hardly played music and the dancers are boring. Raven lets them go wild though. Cyborg and Beast Boy go crazy at the food table eating vegan yet still screaming sandwiches and annoying Raven's demon friends to the point of chaotic violence. Starfire releases a bunch of cats into the dance creating havoc. Robin announces himself as prom king, but he's only greeted by boos and an angry Trigon. The Titans burst back into prom with a boombox, and Beast Boy lays down a rap about Raven for being prom queen.
Name Raven, prom queen of the evening. Best believe you little boy that's green. Mama Raven for prom queen. Prom queen, prom queen. Mama Raven for prom queen. Prom queen, prom queen.
After the song, Trigon announces the winner and is surprised to see that Raven has won. Robin also won prom king, and though he's happy, Raven is annoyed, explaining that whoever wins prom queen has to rule the underworld for the next 1,000 years. Trigon opens the portal to hell, but Raven uses her green eyeball prom queen staff to turn the other guests into zombies who push Trigon into the portal without her. This shows that Raven is so powerful she can literally turn an entire demon prom into zombies and banish her own father to hell just to avoid ruling the underworld. That's absolutely insane. And you might be thinking that we've already seen Raven at her strongest, but what could possibly top that? Well, it turns out we're about to see some crazy stuff at 90%. And in the episode Dreams, the Titans return to the tower after defeating the Hive 5. They all gather by the couch where Silky is passed out snoring. Starfire notices Silky is shaking and worries he's having a nightmare. Raven doesn't believe believes Silky can dream, but Robin claims that dreams are windows into a person's most secret desires. The Titans go to bed and Silky crawls into each Titan's room, experiencing their dreams. In Starfire's dream, she has a picnic, but everyone's heads turns into cats. In Cyborg's dream, he's in a Mega Man style game fighting a pizza night. If this was a real fighting game, I'd probably make pizza night. In Beast Boy's dream, he's a green chameleon dancing with funky music. In Robin's dream, the Titans battle Brushugan and Robin makes out with Starfire. But the most insane dream happens when Silky drops onto Raven, who's floating above her bed as she sleeps, and this is where things get really dark. Inside her dream, Raven is in an underground cave with lava surrounding her. Trigon appears and orders her to join him in ruling the world, but she refuses. Trigon reveals the team trapped in cages above a lava pit, threatening to kill them if she doesn't join him. Raven overcomes Trigon and rescues her friends, but her red Trigon eyes appeared and she says she only saved them so she could kill them.
That was close. Thanks for saving us, Raven.
What's so funny?
I didn't save you guys. I just couldn't let my dad have
All the fun.
Huh?
She blasts them to death and laughs, then rides the earth as a horse with her friend Skeleton on its back. I'd say this is absolutely terrifying. This shows that even in her dreams, Raven is so powerful she can defeat Trigon and take over the world, but it's also crazy that her worst nightmare is becoming evil herself. Now finally, we arrive at Raven's ultimate and most powerful transformation. This is her using 99% of her power, and in the episode Arms Race with Legs, Beast Boys jump in to touch the door frame leading to the kitchen. The other Titans decide to try as well, and sure enough, they all reach it. The following day, they all go around jumping and touching stuff. Robin tells them he can jump and touch the ceiling light, and when he succeeds, Cyborg asks how he does it. He responds with one word, buns. Bro really said buns like that explained everything. Raven then responds, jumping has nothing to do with the buns, it's all about the legs. When they ask her to prove it, she tells them leg power isn't something to mess around with. Raven finally gives in and transforms into Lady Legacist, who leaps way higher than Robin.
Behold the power of legs.
Whoa! So much of the height.
My buns!
The Titans convince Lady Legacist to let them use all their leg power, and they transform into their League of Legs counterparts. They leap around the city, and even Batman joins in. The next day, Raven discovers the Titans are still in their League of Legs outfits and warns them of the side effects. The Titans become heated and jump onto a rooftop, causing chaos. Robin slaps an eagle out of the sky, Starfire slaps a rainbow, breaking it, Beast Boy slaps a cloud making it rain, and Cyborg slaps a plane sending it spinning. Raven transforms back into Lady Legacist and catches the plane before it crashes.
That's it. I call upon the League of Legs to disband.
Robin Captain Kenku challenges Lady Legacist to a jumping competition to reach outer space. When Lady Legacist fails, their legs turn evil due to a dark curse, and the Titans begin wrecking the city. Raven discovers the Dark League of Legs rigged the challenge by placing weights in her outfit. She transforms into Lady Legacist and fights them, but is easily defeated. When threatened, Lady Legacist transforms into a Mega Legacist and easily defeats the other Titans, who revert to their ordinary behavior. This shows that even at 99% power, Raven can literally transform into different powerful forms and defeat an entire team of superpowered Titans without breaking a sweat. Now let's try our best to understand how powerful Raven truly is. Using 100% of her strength, and we see this in the episode Staring at Your Future. After Cyborg and Beast Boy destroy part of the tower trying to become indoor rodeo champions, the other Titans tell them to clean up the mess. When Robin mentions responsibility, the duo becomes traumatized and flees through the window. Later at Zippy's Pizza, Cyborg and Beast Boy have a staring contest over the last pizza slice.
That floor pizza is mine.
I saw it first.
Me too, and I'm still looking at it.
So am I. Staring contest. Last one to look away from the slice gets it.
You're on.
When a rat jumps on Beast Boy's head, he looks away and loses. Cyborg eats the pizza but spits it out because it tastes old. They walk outside and realize they've been staring at the pizza for 30 years. When they return to Titan's tower, they're shocked to see 30-year-old Robin, who now goes by Nightwing and is married to Batgirl. Starfire moved back to Terra and became queen. But the most crazy thing happens when Beast Boy and Cyborg finds Raven in the magical realm. She explains that after defeating Trigon, she was reborn as pure energy and become the goddess of the universe, which is literally the most powerful being anyone can become. At this power level, Raven can destroy entire universes, erase people from existence completely, and transcend space and time. Raven is so powerful that the universe cannot handle her not being responsible, so she has to maintain balance in the entire universe. So in theory, Raven could keep getting stronger and stronger forever and could probably break the whole universe if she wanted to. While most teenagers are worried about homework and bad hair days, Raven can summon demons from another dimension, tear apart entire cities with her mind, and can end the world if someone interrupts her reading time. So yeah, she's pretty powerful. Today we're going through Raven's complete story from Demon Princess to Teen Titan, and we're going to start this whole thing from the very beginning because Raven's origin story is absolutely insane. So what makes Raven half demon? Well, her dad is a Trigon, a literal demon who rules an entire world of fire and darkness, and her mom just a regular human. So yeah, Raven got stuck with the worst possible combo: demon powers and human feelings. Now when we first see Raven in flashback, she's tearing apart Jump City with dark magic because she's sick of doing evil stuff for her dad. Robin sees her destroying everything and thinks, hey, maybe I can convince this terrifying demon girl to join our superhero team. Smart move, Robin. But here's the thing, every time Robin tries to talk to her, Raven just throws a random object at his head. So Robin gets mad and yells at her to stop, then immediately feels bad and asks nicely instead. And somehow this actually works.
Say, you should be using those spooky moves for good instead of evil.
A superhero, huh? My dad wouldn't like that.
Stop that! I mean, see you at Tryouts.
Fast forward to Tryouts, and Raven's not exactly Team Player of the Year. When Robin asks her to attack a practice dummy, she looks at the dummy, looks at Robin, and decides Robin would make a better target. So she summons a giant demonic fist and absolutely destroys him.
How was that? Ha.
Yeah, she definitely failed that test. But things gets worse when Robin better heroes like Kid Flash kicked him out of the team for losing his temper too much. So now Raven's homeless again, literally. Her demon dad kicked her out for not being evil enough, and she ends up living in the streets with Robin, Beast Boy, Starfire, and Cyborg. Here's where it gets interesting though. When the team of rejects decide to take back Titan's tower, Raven's the only one who opens portals to sneak them inside. She's also the one who helps give Robin his new look, using her magic to ditch his ridiculous old costume. And when Robin feels like a failure, Raven actually encourages him, telling him that at least when he gets angry, he's not a pushover.
You don't have to rub it in.
Only a wimp would let someone kick them out of their own home.
That's enough, guys.
And don't forget, he lets that fool flush them wet wipes down his pipes.
Those are my wet wipes! And there is no such thing as a flushable wipe!
So yeah, Raven went from destroying cities for her evil dad to helping a bunch of misfits become the real Teen Titans. And she found her place with people who were just as weird and rejected as she was. But just when you think everything's going great, guess who decides to crash the party? So remember how I said Raven's dad is the worst? Well, in Dog Hand, he proves it by showing up at Titan's tower uninvited. But here's the weird part, instead of immediately trying to destroy everything like a normal evil demon dad, Trigon decides to be sneaky about it. This guy literally shrinks himself down and pretends to be a cool, supportive father. He starts handing out gifts to all the Titans like some twisted Santa Claus. Robin gets super strength, Starfire starts talking like a weird teenager, Beast Boy even turns into goofy things like a beanbag, and Cyborg gets a dog for a hand.
Seriously, you have no idea what a wiener my dad can be.
Dude, you got it twisted. Your old man's straight up the bomb.
Why are you talking like that? How are you talking like that?
Your dad gave her the power to speak like an Earth teen.
Ah!
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. But Raven knows what's up. While everyone else is having fun with their new powers, she's standing there looking like she wants to disappear into the floor. Then Trigon tells her to use her dark magic to prove she's on his side, basically asking her to betray her friends right in front of them.
I'm so proud. The only thing left to do is kill all your friends.
Kill us! Kill us! You can, like, totally do it.
Yeah, wait, what?
I'd like to first make an example out of one. I suggest Beast Boy. To force the others to swear their allegiance, then eradicate them anyway.
Here's where Raven shows how awesome she really is. Instead of doing what Daddy's Darius wants, she used the exact same powers he gave the other Titans against him. She traps Trigon in his own portal and sends him back to his fire dimension where he belongs. So yeah, Raven literally chooses her friends over her own father, which is pretty incredible when your dad can destroy entire worlds. But unfortunately for Raven, setting up to Trigon wasn't just the beginning of her problems. Now you might think having demon powers would be pretty cool, but for Raven, it's basically like having a nuclear bomb for a sneeze. Even the tiniest thing can make her magic go completely crazy. Like in the episode Colors of Raven, Raven touches this magical mirror thing and suddenly splits into 5 different versions of herself, each one representing a single emotion. And let me tell you, this is absolute chaos. Pink Raven is bouncing off the walls like she drank 50 energy drinks, being way too happy about everything. Red Raven is basically the Hulk, but angrier, smashing everything in sight. Grey Raven is hiding in corners because she's literally made of pure fear. Orange Raven is so lazy she won't even move. She just lies on the floor like a sleepy cat. And Purple Raven, she really seems to like Beast Boy, if you know what I mean.
We just split Raven into 4 versions of herself!
The other Titans think it's funny at first until Red Raven nearly blows up the building and Pink Raven floods everything with sparkles and chaos. Suddenly, having multiple Ravens doesn't seem so awesome. Things get even worse when they try to take all 5 Ravens into battle against a monster. Instead of working together, each Raven just does her own thing. Orange Raven falls asleep in the middle of the fight. Red Raven starts punching Cyborg instead of the monster. Pink Raven plays with Starfire. Purple Raven won't stop kissing Beast Boy, and Grey Raven just throws up everywhere. So now all the Titans have to go on a citywide hunt to collect all of Raven's emotions like their Pokemon cards. They find Purple Raven running a kissing booth, Grey Raven hiding behind buildings, and Red Raven basically terrorizing everyone. Meanwhile, Orange Raven never left the tower. She just stayed on the couch eating all their food. Eventually, they managed to trap each emotion into magical crystals and put Raven back together. And you know what? She actually thanks them for it, because apparently being a complete person is better than being 5 walking emotional disasters. But this whole experience taught everyone something important. Raven's not just some emotionless goth girl. She's actually feeling everything all at once all the time. She just keeps it all locked up so she doesn't actually destroy the world. And speaking of keeping things locked up, Raven's about to face her biggest test yet. In real magic, Robin decides he wants to be a magician. Not like Raven's actual magic. We're talking about the cheesy stage magic with rabbits and top hats. Robin's out here doing card tricks and pulling bunnies out of nowhere like he's at some kid's birthday party. But here's the problem. Raven keeps warning him that real magic isn't a joke. Does Robin listen? Of course not. He's too busy showing off his amazing magic skills to pay attention to the girl who can literally summon demons.
You can't play around with this stuff. Magic is not a game.
Magic.
Keep it up, and you'll be summoned by the magic god. And believe me, you don't want to deal with him.
Robin's fake magic somehow attracts a real magic god. But here's where things gets weird. Raven tries to impress the magic god by teleporting monsters and blowing stuff up with her powers, but the magic god isn't impressed at all. But it turns out he's not mad at Robin for doing bad magic. He's mad at Raven for being so negative about it.
Fool.
You have upset the magic god by poo-pooing all of his fine magic tricks.
Me?
Yes! The magic god hates hecklers.
I know, total downer.
So Robin tells Raven to do the simple thumb trick, you know, the one where you pretend to pull your thumb apart. And guess what? The magic god loves it. He's completely satisfied and sends them both home safe. This whole mess teaches Raven that sometimes being too serious about everything can cause just as many problems as being too silly. Now, here's something you probably don't know about Raven. Her room isn't just some god teenager's bedroom. It's literally a magical dimension filled with floating symbols, spell books, and weird mystical stuff everywhere. But what's the craziest part? When nobody's watching, Raven actually dances. Yeah, you heard that right. The same girl who acts like emotions are a disease secretly has some smooth dance moves when she thinks no one's looking. And if that's not surprising enough, she also plays with dolls. Her favorite, she has this stuffed unicorn that she treats like her best friend and plays pretend with. But here's where it gets really wild. Raven destroyed an entire universe when she was only 3 years old. Like most toddlers break toys and draw on walls, Raven accidentally ended reality. That's some serious power right there. Also, despite being super smart, Raven apparently needs glasses or contacts to see properly. So this all-powerful demon sorceress is basically just a nerdy kid with vision problems who happens to just have world-ending magic. Oh, and her real name is actually just Raven. While all the other Titans use aliases or nicknames, she's the only one using her actual name. Rachel Rod is just a fake name she uses sometimes on Earth. The weirdest part though, Raven's cloak is supposed to make whoever wears it dark and emotionless, but somehow Starfire and Beast Boy wore it and stayed completely normal. So either Raven's friends are just that happy or the cloak just gave up trying to make them god. Now let's talk about how Raven gets along with the rest of her teammates, because trust me, it's complicated. And speaking of complicated, let's talk about her and Beast Boy. They officially start dating in break, but their relationship is basically one long cycle of getting together, breaking up, and getting back together again. With Robin, Raven thinks he's an annoying control freak who takes himself way too seriously. And honestly, she's not wrong. She literally says he's her least favorite teammate, but when push comes to shove, she still saves his life because that's what teammates do. Starfire is basically Raven's polar opposite. She's cheerful, huggy, and way too interested in Earth culture, but somehow they're best friends. Probably because Starfire is the only Titan who doesn't actively annoy Raven on purpose. And Cyborg, he's like that annoying big brother who keeps trying to get you to eat meatballs and join his stupid games. Raven spends most of her time either ignoring him or using her powers to shut him up, but deep down, she actually cares about the guy. Basically, the Teen Titans are like a really dysfunctional family, and Raven is the god teenager who pretends she doesn't care but would probably destroy anyone who tries to hurt them. Overall, Raven's story shows us way more than just a half demon with anger issues. She's proof that you don't have to let your family problems define who you become. Yeah, her dad is literally the worst villain in any dimension, and yeah, she could accidentally destroy the world if she has a bad day, but she chooses to use her powers to protect people instead of hurting them. Out of Teen Titans Go hundreds of characters they've introduced over their run, there are 8 specific ones that have been forgotten over time and were phased out as the show moved on. From heroes who showed up for one episode and disappeared forever, to characters that straight up got replaced. Today, we're going to look into what happened to every single one of them, starting with the Autumn, who spent more time under Robin's shoe than actually fighting crime. The episode starts with Robin announcing that the Brain is planning to attack them with a powerful robot suit that has one weakness: a tiny exhaust port that's too small for any of the Titans to reach. Robin says he's recruiting the Autumn to help, completely forgetting that Bumblebee can also shrink. Just then, the doorbell rings, and when the elevator opens, nobody can see the Autumn at first, until Beast Boy tells Robin to check his shoes.
Oh, there you are.
Bro was stuck under his shoes like a piece of gum. Robin tells them they no longer need him since they already have Bumblebee. The Autumn gets frustrated, saying it's hard for him to find missions. He says he's not leaving because he drove all the way across town and to prove he's the better hero and is stronger too. The Titans aren't impressed, especially when Bumblebee shows off that she can shrink and fly. They agree to a shrink-off competition to decide who becomes the official shrinking hero. But throughout the episode, Robin keeps accidentally stepping on Autumn, crushing him multiple times.
Really not. Whoa, he's really on there. Little guy's stuck. Can someone get the hose?
At this point, bro, just go home. When the brain finally attacks, both Bumblebee and the Atom work together to defeat him by growing back to normal size and just pushing the robot over. But after this episode ends, the Atom never appears again, getting completely replaced by Bumblebee. Poor guy drove all the way across town for nothing. But while the Atom couldn't prove his worth to the team, the same cannot be said about Uncle Death. He first appeared in the episode Salty Codgers, where Madmon wields his magic cane to steal the youth from some kid, turning them super old and making himself younger. The Titans show up to stop him, but Raven really loves old people, so she kicks the cane back to Madmon on purpose, letting him turn the Titans into Uggs.
Raven, grab that cane before he can turn us into old people!
Oops.
No!
No, don't do it. Don't turn them into the cutest thing ever.
Peak Raven moment right here. Back at the tower, the old Titans can barely move and struggle to come up with a plan because they can't hear, see, or feel properly anymore. Raven loves them being old since they aren't annoying anymore, and she makes them do senior activities for what feels like forever. But late one night, Beast Boy stops moving in his fish form and the Titans say he passed away. But then one by one, the rest of the Unks die from old age. Raven realizes she misses her friends and decides to bring them back by contacting her uncle, Death himself. Wow, imagine being family with the literal Grim Reaper. That's pretty crazy. Raven agrees to the deal, but then doesn't give him her soul, claiming she doesn't have one because she's half demon. Death got tricked, so to get back at her, Death curses her as she escapes with her friend's souls. Back at the tower, Raven returns with her friend's souls, but the curse turns them into zombies.
Now they're old and undead. My two favorite things. Oh, mwah, 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 mwah.
And somehow she loves them even more than when they were just Unks. So what happened to Death after this episode? Well, some theories suggest he's still in the underworld collecting souls and making music. But while Uncle Death helped Raven get her friends back, whatever happened to Beetlejuice? In the episode Goes with the Most, the Halloween spirit gets kidnapped in a small bottle, ruining all the decorations. The Titans realize the Halloween spirit is lost, and Raven says if they don't find him, the holiday will be gone permanently. Beast Boy flips through Raven's Book of Legends and a piece of paper flies out. Cyborg reads it, which says Beetlejuice 3 times. Then out of nowhere, Beetlejuice arrives and immediately starts causing chaos.
Good to see you. You mind holding this for me? Ow, 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 ow! Boy, am I hungry. Being dead will do that to you. You guys got any grub around here? Oh, here we go.
Spit him out! Right the now!
What?
The Silky is not the snack!
Fine.
Yeah, this guy is nothing but trouble. Raven asks him to help find the Halloween spirit, but Robin thinks he'll double-cross them. Beetlejuice convinces them to trust him and says the lost spirit is in the netherworld. Beetlejuice draws a chalk door to the netherworld and they finally make it to the lost spirit's room. But Beetlejuice was double-crossing them the whole time. He traps them and reveals he kidnapped the Halloween spirit to take over Halloween.
Losers.
We've got to get out of here and save Halloween! Titans, go!
It is the no use!
We're gonna be stuck here forever!
The Titans escape by drawing their own chalk door and stop Beetlejuice for good. He digs underground to escape but bumps into Trigon, who's super angry because Beetlejuice owes him money. Trigon tries to shrink his head as payback, and after the episode, Beetlejuice never shows up again. He's probably still stuck in the netherworld looking for a cure, but while Beetlejuice only showed up to betray the Titans, whatever happened to Scarman? In the episode Man Person, Beast Boy gets seriously injured fighting Cinderblock. He transforms into a gorilla and charges at him head on, but Cinderblock delivers a huge blow that hits Beast Boy so hard his fist breaks off and gets stuck on his face. Beast Boy wakes up in the emergency room and Robin removes the chunk. The Titans scream in horror at how he looks.
Beast Boy, lower your hands. I'm sure it's not so bad! So very bad! Bandages! We need bandages!
6 weeks later, they remove the bandages and Beast Boy's face has healed, but a long scar runs across his right eye. Cyborg makes him feel better by saying scars make him look tough. Yeah, for real, I agree with Cyborg. That night during battle with Dr. Light, Beast Boy dodges a huge light ray, but his hand gets blown off. Beast Boy wakes up in the emergency room again, but this time he's pretty chill about it. Cyborg gives him a robotic arm, and Beast Boy starts thinking he looks cooler with injuries. Raven even thinks his new look is super cool, which obviously goes straight to Beast Boy's head. The next day, Beast Boy shows up as a head in a huge robot body with an eye patch, taking it way too far.
Scarman. So scary. You can say that again.
Scarman.
Whoa.
Cyborg tries everything to convince him to stop, even replacing his own robot parts with Beast Boy's detached limbs. Beast Boy realizes how much Cyborg cares and apologizes. Instead of changing back though, they keep their new bodies and do more manly activities together. Beast Boy eventually goes back to normal, but keeps the scar. And let's be real, he only kept it to keep risen up Raven. But while Scarman eventually went back to normal, whatever happened to Caltech? She first appeared in the episode The Mask, where Punk Rocket hits Robin with a sound blast that knocks his mask off. Robin freaks out and retreats to the tower. The Titans start wondering why he's so worried about showing his face, and eventually they threaten to move out. Because Robin doesn't trust them, this makes Robin nervous, so he finally removes his mask and reveals his face.
If it's come to this, then I must reveal my secret to you.
He's got strong cheekbones, beautiful eyes, and a wide chin. The Titans are amazed and wonder why he had to hide it from them. And the Titans just can't get enough of how handsome he is. Like, he's so handsome. Wait, what? Where am I? Oh, I almost got trapped too. Suddenly a giant diamond spaceship arrives and it's Caltech, the queen of Mushrovian Empire. She's searching for beautiful creatures to be her king, and Robin's face matches her in beauty. The Titans try to fight her, but she's invulnerable to their powers and her technology is too handsome to defeat. Robin takes her on by overwhelming her with his beautiful face until she explodes along with her spaceship.
But first, feast your eyes on this.
You're so amazing. Oh! Nothing's missing.
The beauty is overwhelming.
You're so amazing.
Too beautiful. Too beautiful. Too beautiful.
So we're probably not going to see her again. The Titans tell Robin to put his mask back on for their sake and the world's sake. Turns out Robin's beautiful face was actually another mask, and when he takes it off, he reveals he has a parasite twin in his left eye. But while Caltech exploded from Robin's beautiful face, whatever happened to the Legion of Doom? They first appeared in the episode Snuggle Time, where the Titans are snuggling with kittens when the Hive attacks Jump City with a death laser. The Titans confront them for interrupting Snuggle Time, but during the fight, Robin tries out the death laser and has way too much fun with it. Soon all the Titans are using it and realize they're like being bad.
Death Ray, go for it.
Me first!
Yeah!
Make it go boom! Woo! Make it go boom!
Oh, yeah! So, should we call 911?
Back home, the Titans decide to become villains. Robin transforms into Dick Gravestone, Starfire becomes Starfire the Terrible, Beast Boy turns into Beast Monster, Raven transforms into Demon of Azeroth with 4 eyes, and Cyborg becomes the Cyborg. They hire henchmen to build a secret hideout and come up with evil schemes. Raven suggests ruling the world with money. Hold on, Raven's cooking. Beast Boy suggests mooning everyone. Starfire wants to steal all the world's kittens and force people to watch her cuddle them, and Cyborg suggests wrapping the earth in a blanket and farting to create the world's largest Dutch oven, which is honestly pretty disgusting. They torture superheroes like Batman, Batgirl, and Titans East, then use the death laser to destroy the entire city.
Love being evil.
The Hive shows up angry because the Titans interrupted their snuggle time, but the Titans don't care. They didn't turn evil for revenge, they did it for fun. Then they did the most evil thing you could ever do. They wrapped the earth in a blanket and farted so hard it covered the entire world.
But we ain't doing this so you could learn some dumb's lesson.
Boring.
We're doing it 'cause it's fun.
So whatever happened to Legion of Doom? Well, after farting on the entire planet, the Legion of Doom never appeared again. The Titans just went back to being heroes like nothing happened. Guess being evil was just a phase. But whatever happened to Aqualad? He first appeared in the episode Pirates, where Robin calls him to bring shrimp for a beach cookout. Aqualad arrives with a bunch of shrimp only to watch the Titans eat all of his friends. While sitting at the table, Aqualad notices Beast Boy isn't eating any shrimp and asks him about it. Beast Boy explains his team is pretty cool, especially Raven, and starts talking about how much he likes her.
So, your teammates, they always eat other people's friends?
Only when they're hungry. Otherwise, they're pretty cool. Especially Raven.
You mean the little dude with the hoodie?
That's no dude.
Hey!
Check it.
Aqualad can't keep his eyes off Raven and tells Beast Boy he'll go talk to her. Beast Boy thinks Aqualad is being his wingman, but Aqualad sits next to Raven, compliments her hood, and asks her out on a date right in front of Beast Boy. That night, Aqualad takes Raven for an underwater date where he shows her sharks attacking and eating innocent fish, which she absolutely loves. He even puts a fish skeleton in her hair like a hair clip. When they get back, Beast Boy confronts Aqualad and tells him to stay away from Raven.
What?
Lay off my girl is what?
Raven wants someone who can match her intensity.
I can be intense.
The next day, Raven tells them they can't fight over her unless it's to the death. She teleports everyone into a deathmatch arena and Beast Boy goes absolutely crazy, transforming into different animals and attacking Aqualad. Aqualad doesn't fight back at all and gets completely destroyed.
You're not gonna fight back.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to mess with Beast Boy's crush. After the fight, Aqualad passes out for his injuries and gets taken to the hospital. When the Titans visit him, Aqualad suddenly sits up with an eye patch, a hook hand, and a peg leg. He screams in a pirate voice and escapes through the window on his hospital bed. After this episode, Aqualad continued appearing throughout the series in episodes like Rocks and Water, The Power of Shrimps, and even in Season 8. But he never appeared as a pirate again, leaving fans wondering what happened to his pirate transformation. But while Aqualad never returned as a pirate, whatever happened to Beastman? He first appeared in the episode Beastman, where the Titans can't get into a rated 45+ movie because they're too young. Back at the tower, they play Random Animal Rally, where Beast Boy transforms into random animals his friends suggest. Cyborg accidentally said the word man, and Beast Boy transformed into an adult.
Give me a second, man. Beast Boy, you...
What? Whoa! I'm like a normal dude. I didn't even know I could do that.
Robin realizes Beastman can get them all into the movie now, so Beastman deepens his voice and easily buys tickets for everyone. After the movie, the Titans realize being an adult isn't too bad. They use Beastman to buy pizza with credit cards, rent a car with his driver's license, and even get tattoos. Beastman stays up all night doing grown-up stuff, but the next morning, he's exhausted and messy. He tells the Titans he needs to make a living and heads off to work. The Titans follow Beastman to an office building and discover he's been mind controlled by the man. They sneak inside disguised as adults and try to get him fired by putting a mean drawing of the man in his work pile. The man finds it and tries to fire Beastman with actual fire, but the Titans fight back. They battle him by doing what teens do best, blasting music, texting, and saying whatever. Raven shoots her magazine into the man's sensor, causing him to malfunction and break. Beastman transforms back into Beast Boy and says being an adult was terrible. As for the man, then he never appeared again. Yes, the Titans destroyed corporate America for good. Out of all the Teen Titans Go episodes, there are multiple times where we've seen what happened to the Titans in the future. From Robin becoming Nightwing with a family, to Cyborg saving an entire dimension, and even Raven transforming into a literal goddess, and so much more. So today, we're going to look at what happened to every single Titan in the future, starting with Robin, who's got the most interesting future out of anybody in this video. In the near future, they travel to Apocalypse to save the Justice League from the dark side. After an intense battle, Cyborg takes him down, but then Cyborg drops one of the Justice League members, killing him instantly.
Bullseye!
You were the amazing Cyborg.
Really? Thanks to you, we defeated Darkseid and saved the Justice League.
My guy literally fumbled so hard. Robin tells Cyborg to run around the world really fast to reverse time like Superman did in the movies. After multiple attempts, Cyborg finally gets it right and saves everyone. Starfire tells Cyborg to stay true to himself because someday he'll achieve his dream of joining the Justice League. We then flash forward 20 years where the older Titans are ding-dong ditching the Hall of Justice like little kids. Cyborg opens the door wearing his Justice League armor, proving he finally made it onto the team.
Okay, shh. Ding dong ditch!
Hey, I see you. Get back here, you scamp.
But Robin's life takes a completely different path in the episode Staring at the Future. Cyborg and Beast Boy get into a staring contest over pizza and realize they've been staring for 30 years straight. When they return to Titan's Tower, they find a man with a mullet holding a baby. It's 30-year-old Robin, who now goes by Nightwing and is married to Batgirl.
Me and Batgirl.
Hi, guys.
What happened to you, man?
When they invite him to hang out, Nightwing refuses because he's too busy with family responsibilities. The old Robin would definitely hate who he became, but honestly, Nightwing with a mullet is way cooler anyway. But while Robin became a responsible adult in one timeline, whatever happened to Cyborg? His future is probably the most awesome out of anyone in this video. In The Night Begins to Shine, Cyborg finds his old cassette of The Night Begins to Shine by Burr and convinces the Titans they should revisit the other dimension one more time, which is honestly a terrible idea, but when has that ever stopped them? They're transported back to the Night Begins to Shine dimension, but finds out that an evil villain named Ultralak has taken over the world, destroyed the Guardian, and banned all music. When the Titans refuse to give Ultralak their last cassette, his robot army attacks. Cyborg tries to fight back but gets killed by Ultralak.
A life without music isn't a life worth living.
So be it.
Poor Cyborg didn't even see it coming. After retreating to a hideout, the Titans learned that Burr created a super powerful song with limitless power and split it into 3 stems hidden across the world. But then Cyborg's motorcycle crashes through the wall, revealing that he transferred his brain into it before dying. Now, as a motorcycle, Cyborg helps the Titans track down all the stems, which is pretty cool, but also kind of weird when you think about it.
Right before Ultralak was about to finish me off, I transferred my consciousness to the computer on board this motorcycle.
Glad to have you back, bro.
Glad to be back.
They all find 3 stems, but Ultralak steals them and reveals he's actually the 4th member of Burr who wanted to use music to control people. After putting the stems together, he crushes the super powerful song, making the world lose all its color. Just when all hope seems lost, the 3 members of Burr appeared and absorbed the song's power. They bring Cyborg back to life and turn him into a giant robot, making him the new 4th member of Burr. Cyborg battles the giant Ultralak, and with Burr's help, they destroyed him completely. So in this future, Cyborg literally saved an entire dimension, became a member of the most legendary band ever, and got to stay there forever as a rockstar god. Out of all the Titans, I feel Cyborg definitely got the best future. But while Cyborg became a rockstar god, whatever happened to Raven? In the near future, specifically in the episode Legs, the Titans are having a dance party when Raven withdraws into her cloak, fed up with the noise. The Titans think her cloak is what makes her so gloomy, so Robin sneaks into the bathroom while Raven's in the shower and steals reveals it, which is pretty creepy if you ask me.
Life is sad. My dad is bad. Whoa, too many things make me mad. Oh la 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 la. Oh la 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 la.
When Raven comes out without her cloak, everyone's shocked because they've only ever seen her eyes and mouth. She starts showing more emotions than usual and repeatedly kicks Robin in the face when he annoys her. Yeah, that's gotta hurt. But when a crime alert goes off, Raven discovers she has legs and knows how to use them. She defeats Jinx by rapidly kicking her in the face, and Beast Boy is absolutely in love. Raven then changes into a flashy golden suit with high heel boots and starts calling herself Lady Legacist. Her ego gets out of control though, and she decides to go solo from the Titans.
Legacist. Oh, wow.
Well, it's been fun, I guess.
Meanwhile, Cyborg tries to use Raven's dark powers from her cloak, but it backfires and he attacks the other Titan. Lady Legacist sees this on the news and rushes back to fight Cyborg. She wins and puts her cloak back on, realizing no one can control its dark power. Beast Boy gets upset when she covers her legs again, but Raven looks back and smiles, revealing her leg one more time just for him. Ooh. But Raven's actual future is revealed in the episode Staring at the Future. After the 30-year staring contest, Cyborg and Beast Boy finds Raven in a magical realm surrounded by a flash of light. She appears before them in a bright glowing form looking totally different from the dark gloomy Raven they once knew.
Whoa. What happened to you?
Well, I defeated my father in the ultimate battle of good versus evil. Afterwards, I was reborn as pure energy, an all-powerful force of good. Now I pretty much keep the whole universe in balance. Hang on a sec. Azarath Metrion Zinthos! Just saved a planet.
When they ask if she wants to go see a movie with them, Raven tells them she's too busy keeping balance in the entire universe. Cyborg gets so mad hearing about responsibilities that he stops her before she can even finish the word. So yeah, Raven literally became a goddess and is now too busy to hang out with her old friend. That's pretty crazy. But whatever happened to Beastman? He first appeared in the episode Beastman, where the Titans can't get into an R-rated movie because they're too young. Back at the tower, they play Random Animal Rally, where Beast Boy transforms into random animals his friends suggest. Cyborg accidentally said the word man, and Beast Boy transformed into an adult.
Name something!
Give me a second, man!
Man!
Beast Boy, you...
What? Whoa!
Robin realizes Beastman can get them all into the movie now, so Beastman deepens his voice and he easily buys tickets for everyone.
Yes. Hello, fellow adult. Lovely weather we're having, eh? Also, gas prices, am I right? It's crazy. Anyway, I'd like tickets to your next showing of the very mature Death Toilet 3, 1 adult and 4 kids.
After the movie, the Titans realize being an adult is super fun. They use Beastman to buy pizza with credit cards, rent a car with his driver's license, and even get tattoos. Beastman stays up all night doing grown-up stuff, but the next morning he's way too tired to do anything. He tells the Titans he needs to make money and heads off to work. The Titans follow Beastman to an office building and discover he's been mind-controlled by the man.
Look, there goes Beast Boy!
Why would the Beast Boy find employment here? It is the bland and the boring.
Like moths to a flame. Adults are drawn to soul-crushing office buildings. It is the will of the man.
They sneak in disguised as adults and tries to get him fired by putting a mean drawing of the man in his work pile. The man finds it and tries to fire Beastman with actual fire, but the Titans fight back. They battle him by doing what teens do best, blasting music, texting, and saying 6, 7 over and over. Raven shoots her magazine into the man, causing him to break. Beastman transforms back into Beast Boy and says being an adult was terrible and he will never grow up. And Beast Boy definitely kept his promise in the episode Staring at the Future. After the 30-year staring contest, Beast Boy and Cyborg discover that Jump City has been taken over by robot overlords. The other Titans are badly injured and defeated, but Beast Boy and Cyborg are just sitting in the chair as old men, saying this is the future they can live with. Guess responsibilities weren't so bad after all. But whatever happened to Starfire in the future? Well, in the future, specifically in the episode Starfire the Terrible, Robin complains that he needs an arch nemesis to be the greatest hero ever. Starfire, hating to see Robin sad, offers to become his villain, which is honestly really sweet but also kind of messed up.
Oh, how I hate seeing making you like this, Robin?
Get used to it, because without an archenemy, I'm a loser. Just like all of you.
I will be your archenemy.
Only villains can be arch enemies, Star.
Then I will be a villain.
The other Titans laugh at her, saying she's too nice to be evil. To prove them wrong, Starfire creates an evil persona with a costume, a henchman, an evil lair, and a crazy scheme. She bursts into Robin's room and destroys supply of hair gel he owns, causing his spiky hair to fall flat. Robin is so upset by losing his beloved hair gel that he finally declares Starfire his worst enemy. Starfire then breaks into the living room and reveals she's rigged the moon to explode. The Titans don't believe her until the moon actually explodes. The Titans realize she's a serious threat and breaks into her evil lair to stop her. But Starfire is prepared with laser guns, a robot army, and piranha tanks. Robin's the only one left standing, and Starfire unleashes Silky and robotic legs to fight him. After defeating Robin, she's about to finish him off when he asks what day it is. When she says Monday, Robin grins and summons his R-Cycle, punches Starfire in the face and winning, which was honestly pretty brutal. But Starfire's actual future is revealed in Staring at the Future. After the 30-year staring contest, Cyborg and Beast Boy travel to her home planet, Terra, and find her sitting on her throne surrounded by warriors. She's now the queen of Terra with guards protecting her. When they invite her to hang out, she tells them there are no movies on Terra, only gladiators fighting three-headed dragons with laser eyes. She refused to join them because she's too busy with her responsibilities as queen, leaving Cyborg and Beast Boy shocked.